Do you watch your work?
Generally, like once, and then not really again.
Does it make you uncomfortable, or is it just you're done?
Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable. There's definitely movies I've done which I feel very uncomfortable watching. But yeah, sometimes you gain something. Yeah, you do. You definitely gain something out of it. I think kind of obsessing over it is probably not the best idea, because I don't know. It's not gonna. I don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like watching playback and stuff, it's sort of different on every job. Like on Claire's movie, I haven't seen a single frame of it, and
because of the director's preference or your own?
No, it's just kind of. Sometimes you want to be, not. Sometimes you don't want to know. Sometimes it's kind of like, I didn't really think being technical would really do anything. I think, I wanted to be in Claire's world, and I didn't want to be in my world. But then on Good Time, I didn't really watch playback that much on it, but yeah, sometimes it was kind of because we did so many short moments. It's kind of easier to get, and also me and Josh and Benny and Ronnie Bronstein we talked about it so much, but I really knew what page we were on when we were doing it, so we could. It was much easier to kind of converse about it.
It seems like anarchy on that movie.
It's a
but
little
it's not,
bit.
I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those people. I remember reading about. This is kind of a random example, but Levon Helm, how Levon Helm drove, and just there's lots of people like this, but where they drive and you feel like you're going to die, but really you're not. They just drive like that, and it's literally so it's kind of stressful, but at the same time, like if you just get into it a little bit, then it's exciting. And
sounds like what you want.
Yeah, and you get there faster.
Your pants may be wet.
Yeah.
So, are you at this point? Do you feel ambitious? Do you feel like you have to? Is a career an issue for you even, or you really just want to wait those 4 months of painful waiting for the right thing to show up each time? And
I just don't really think there's a choice. I mean, it's kind of.
So even though you've gained choice, you also still have to live with yourself.
I mean, I've never really felt there is a choice. I mean, the stuff which I've done. I mean, the only movie which came as a straight offer in my whole career, basically, which I was like, wow, is Cosmopolis. Like, everything else was kind of, even this, it was like, we kind of met, but it was definitely a process. It wasn't like the script was done and everything's ready to go, and it was definitely a fight. I mean, we could have like not got on and it just wouldn't have happened. But Cosmopolis, I just thought the script was just so perfect, and yeah, I couldn't believe it when that was an offer. But it's not like the stuff just doesn't come up, like the stuff that really appeals to me.
And when you read scripts that you don't like, do you read through a whole script? Or do you know in first 10 pages and you're done?
I know generally by the title. but also I've got such a weird taste, and it's kind of like, I don't know. But it's, yeah, I think that sometimes if you can't get the first 5 pages of a script right, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, it's generally not going to get any better if you can't get the first 5 pages right.
So do you, if 5 years from now, do you have any idea where you want to be or what you want to be doing?
I don't know. It's kind of just kind of surprising yourself, I think. I mean,
so you want to not know? Is what you want to?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's kind of I don't think consciously I have some kind of world domination plan or something, but maybe I do. I don't know. I'll find out about it.
It's sneaking up behind you.
But yeah, I kind of, because also the industry's changing so much as well. You have to keep finding your place all the time. I mean, it changed like every year that goes by. It's like what happened with TV and stuff in the past few years. I mean, it's changed. It's swinging all over the place. Like what content people want to see and what's and where it will play. I mean,
and does that make any difference to you?
I mean, it's obviously great when you watch something in a theater. I enjoy watching movies probably more in the theater, but then again, I watch way more movies not in the theater, and I can have kind of a similar experience. I mean, I've kind of, if something's great, it's kind of great.
Yeah.
No matter what.
But in terms of your work, if something great happens and it's a streaming company or whatever, does it matter to you, one way or the other?
No, but it's sort of there's so few things that appeal to me. But it's kind of, and also there's something about, I like the idea when you're doing TV, like the sort of insidiousness of just like you're actually already inside someone's house. Like it's kind of you've already kind of, you can sort of strangely break the fourth wall. Like I don't know, I feel like that. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of doing something which people are a bit ashamed to watch.
That makes sense.
And it's kind of different. I don't think people will go and see that in the theater. So,
it's so offensive. Yeah. You couldn't possibly be seen in public.
It's got to be on Netflix.
Hey. I remember when I was a kid, I went to NYU, and one of the first things I did was go to see Deep Throat in a theater because it was famously in Manhattan on 7th Avenue.
It was on for years.
Forever, yeah. And it had been there maybe 10, 15 years by the time, because I went to school in like the early 80s. So I went there, and they were playing on a video on a TV screen, basically. It wasn't a TV, it was like a projector, but it was like a projector on kind of this crummy little screen. And I was like, this sucks. I mean, like, I thought I was going to have this experience of what it was like in 1975 to go to a movie theater in Times Square and see, it's just another freaking video machine. It's really disappointing. Man, the movie wasn't even that good. And how good could a movie be if you're in a hallway with a bunch of people? With a bunch of men in raincoats? It's really not.
It takes away the romance.
I never understood that. This is like a recurring theme. We're talking about this a little bit before we got on camera, but I don't understand men in raincoats. I don't understand the whole...
I think that's kind of the whole deal. I think that's why they like it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, so one of those amazing things about the world is that people find each other. People who are like-minded do seem to be able to it's like radar. And I think that's true with actors also, and with performers. There's seems to be something that connects that group of circus performers where they know what circus they want to be on, and they find each other somehow.
Yeah. In terms of the kind of very different performance. Yeah, I mean, I always find it fascinating how the people who've gone into acting can literally... I mean, I've worked with people who are just so fundamentally different to me. I mean, it's amazing how it can appeal. I just find someone who, to every other aspect of their personality, you would never have thought you have the performance gene, and then suddenly they can't help themselves. I think it's really interesting.
Well, you don't seem like you have the show-off gene.
No, I mean, it's it's something about, I think if you're shy, there's something nice about the control of performance. When you can go I can do this because there's not the fear of ramifications afterwards is kind of taken away because it's fiction. There's a
right.
safety net. I think that's kind of what the appeal to me was originally. And there's definitely, I mean, it's very different in theatre. I mean, there's definitely in just with an audience, there's just something inevitably it's just really intoxicating about people clapping afterwards. But at the same time, I mean, I haven't really done that much theatre, but on film, it's a very different feeling. It's not like you're wanting the attention of the film crew or whatever.
Right.
It's kind of, it's just there's a piece. Where everyone's just very, very focused on a short period of time, and there's just so few opportunities in life where like you can actually concentrate on human interaction, and it's very, it's just really nice.
Well, I'm glad you were able to concentrate through all the Benny noise, the Benny and the Josh noise, that the Safdies managed to rope it all in. And
there's something about that. I don't know how they run their sets. It's sort of, it's weird because it definitely it provokes a kind of a very, very focused energy, even though it seems like there's a lot of moving parts. But I think it's because they're always moving forward, and so you don't really notice if they stop moving forward, then like it would suddenly seem extremely overwhelming. But because there's just so much forward momentum, it just works.
And then 4 months of silence.
Yeah.
And then desperation, and then magic again.
It's like the ups and downs.
I like that. I like that rhythm.
Peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
It's good. It's the benefit of being a manic depressive.
Good manic depressive, though. It's a high functioning manic depressive.
Just functioning.
Thank you so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you.
Appreciate it.